and ESEA.
Hello everyone, you're plugged in watching the Season 7 finals live from Dallas here, covering the Pro League. Hugo, exciting stuff. Obviously, you've had a bit of a quick one. Space Soldiers, they've had a thrashing.
They have indeed, and this is going to be another questionable game where we don't really know what's going to unfold upon us. So obviously with Optic there were a lot of question marks, and same with Space Soldiers having a stand-in. So now we go to another game with a team that we expected into this event to kind of just drop out in one of the last places, but have actually come in and surprised us quite a lot, that being Heroic of course, and then mousesports, the ever-consistent, one of the top-tier European teams at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, for mousesports, they took a loss that then put them down. They've had to try and work their way back through. Coming into the event with a top seed, expecting to try and really have a bit of a show-stopping performance, but by no means was it going to be easy for them. We expected them to possibly take a hit there, and they seemed a little bit off yesterday. Obviously, the classics mousesports fashion in terms of you come in with a good lead, you throw it away towards the mid-game, and then somehow claw it back just before the end and close it out. But eventually, they were able to beat out NRG and keep themselves moving on. But going up against Heroic are a team that I feel like have actually impressed, all things considered. The fact that Freiburg's only been on there for a brief period of time, there's been a lot of quick changes. They've had to really try and hit the ground running with no real cohesion, but they've actually made it work. It seems to somehow have come together in quick time.
Oh, it's been really impressive. Losing a lot of their stars, going over to Optic, of course, the team that we just saw, and also having to bring in new players like Freiburg standing in, Croman as well. S-Tag, a player who's been on and off this roster for months now. It's so annoying to not see any consistency within Heroic, and then they come in here and everyone goes, oh, whatever. It's only Heroic, and they've actually had a really good run. And if they beat mousesports, that's me going, okay, they're the real deal now. This isn't just a fluke. This isn't just a couple of good games. Mousesports are not an easy team to defeat. Jokes aside, with all of the mousesports throwing away massive leads, they do seem to come out on top at the end, and that would be a really nice win for Heroic to take here. Even a map would be great, but let's have a look at the veto at least and see what games we do, or maps we do have for this game. Try and figure out where this is going. Inferno being removed first off for Heroic. Not a big surprise, because again, that is a map that mousesports have shown to be prolific on recently, and Overpass going as well for mousesports.
Yeah, obviously some good early bans there from either side. And actually, in terms of things for this being a best of 3 as well, this can provide some exciting stuff. I really want to see just what's going to be going on with Heroic here for the later stages, what they're going to get into. Cash and Mirage are going to be the first 2 maps they're picked up.
Oh, okay. Now, to me, that makes absolutely zero sense, because forever, Cash has been the insta-ban for Heroic. They've never played it with the old roster, and obviously it's changed a little bit, but you still have 2 of the same players, and maybe arguably the 3 core of S-Tag if you include him in the lineup as an original player. So you have a 3-man core of a team that doesn't play Cash, and now it's not even a map you're leaving in for mousesports to pick, it's a map you're actively picking. Maybe to do with the fact that they saw mousesports throw away some stuff against NRG yesterday, and they look at that game and go, okay, we can see some weaknesses for Mouse, maybe we can exploit that. There definitely were problems, and if they have confidence coming into it, that could actually surprise us. It's something that mousesports certainly wouldn't have expected.
Nice. We've got a bit of Dust 2 there at the end as well, potentially.
I like that.
That could be spicy.
Yeah, okay. If we go to 3 maps like this, but I mean, anything's possible. The only the question mark for me is Cash, right? Because I think Mirage is a map where both teams play pretty well, and I would say that if I looked at this veto and didn't see which team picked, I would have said that Heroic picked Mirage and mousesports picked Cash. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mouse actually sweep this in a 2-0, but I don't want to count out Heroic just because of how well they've played.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You got to look at it on paper. You expect mousesports to be the victor here, really, out of these 2 squads. They've got so much longer together as a squadron. It's the fact that for Heroic, really, it's absolutely in its infancy. It's still not really all set in stone. It's up in the air with what's going to happen with the roster, who's going to be going where. It's more sort of performance-based at this point to see who actually might stay in there. And obviously, they can perform. We know individually they're all players that can deal damage. There's been some impressive stuff coming out as well. We saw, obviously, with Croman yesterday. He was looking good, and that was actually a shocker for a lot of people. And for him, I feel like that's a good moment to now try and have a big blip on the map, show who he is, and potentially be able to get something from this at a later stage if he doesn't actually stay with this roster.
Yeah, a chance to play against top teams in the world on a big LAN event. That's not something that every average player really gets, and Croman has shown that he's far above average, at least in this event so far. I think, again, one of the big problems for Heroic are going to be this matchup is the fact that they don't really have the same dedicated AWPer, or at least AWPing power that mousesports have.
Yeah.
Not only do you have Oscar, individually one of the best AWPs in the world, but you have Chris J, who can always fall back on that sniper as well. If you look to the Heroic team, they just lost their AWP to Optic, that being Yugi. Yes, we've seen S-Tag pick that up in the recent couple of months, and of course he did originally on Tricked when Yugi left as well. He seems to always be that secondary man to Yugi, but he's not. He's never been the primary AWPer for a team on a top tier LAN to the same extent that we have with mousesports. So I think that could definitely be a problem coming into this one if S-Tag isn't able to hit his form and take some good shots at least.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, for him, really, it's not really his prized role. Obviously, he can transfer into it, he can slot in at times and deal damage with it, but it's not really where you want him to be. Overall, in terms of his individual performance, though, he had a great season of Pro League. He did try and prove the fact that, you might have tried to replace me with Yugi. You might have gone for a player that overall did fit the team better, but I'm still a worthy choice. I can still do this. I can came through and actually looked a whole lot better than he did before then. It seemed like a drastic improvement. I think individually he tried to really work on himself and take that as an opportunity to prove what he can do in that season. So if he can step up once again here on the LAN finals, that would be a good way to close it out and really sort of shut down that chapter.
Yeah, and as well as that, I think one of the big things for S-Tag in this game is like when we saw, right after when Yugi got ill and left and everything and that whole situation, Heroic played like the ECS qualifiers and we didn't really see any AWPing from them at all. Like, S-Tag occasionally picked it up, but it wasn't like he was comfortable with it. And the pressure was kind of on him. He was the one top fragging. He was the one dropping 25 kills a map with the rifle. Yeah. Now when you move into this lineup and you have Croman doing that, finding 25 kills repeatedly, map after map, the pressure really is off S-Tag to be a rifler. He can have more room for creative for himself to play with that AWP, as well as having Nico, who's always been like, maybe not consistent, but always been like a star for this team and the backbone for the team. If you have Nico and Croman firing off on all cylinders, and S-Tag is picking up the AWP from time to time, this team can still be a really frightening one to play up against. A lot of talent on the roster.
Yeah, you do actually have a lot of damage there that can come through. I mean, Modi was someone as well that obviously was a Swedish superstar for a very long time. He'd always sort of proven individually with a rifle, if you arm him, he's going to be able to back it up and do some crazy things. Nico was a young gun talent that seemed like when he was on form, he was very much on form. He could come into the server, just wreck you with a rifle. His deagle prowess was off the charts. He was a bit of a pistol player.
Well, let's see if the pistol plays come out in this round as we go straight into Cash. Heroic on the T side and a bit of aggression from Oscar.
There it is.
Nico already starting off with the P250. Pretty fantastic stuff for Heroic as mousesports have given up the A site. They do rotate Stiko up to the car with the kit, can play the headshot angle due to his lack of armor. The issue is now, mousesports don't know where Heroic are committed to. The bomb is still outside of B, and no information for mousesports to play with. We're going to see this T side start to collapse on that A bomb site once they start to regroup.
Slowly grouping up and tiptoeing their way around towards main, getting ready for this burst out towards the A site. You've got one flash there on Nico. You've got the smoke on him as well. But that's all the utility they have to actually play with. So in terms of blocking off line of sight, they're going to be quite restricted. They're going to go out for the smoke. Able to tiptoe back around it. There's the flash to allow them to bombard the bomb site. They find the initial frag. Tag is able to land that one right between the eyes of Stiko. Sunny as well is dropped. Hugo as the bomb's down. And now they're into a 5 versus 2 retake. mousesports pretty much conceded this round at this point.
And they went for the right read as well. mousesports had a solo B player in ROPS and rotated everyone towards A. We had a man on car, we had 2 players on the site, and then 1 man on B. Like, that's the perfect setup for mousesports, given the fact that they had no aggressive, B player to get them the information to go, okay, this is definitely an A play. And they still had a stack and weren't able to get any kills. So very nice start here for Heroic, kicking things off with a lot of brain power. And again, that's something I feel like we can talk about this game. I spoke to Graham from Refresh, and he told me that Heroic apparently have 3 different players calling. That being Freiburg, we saw him call in Optic originally in the old EU lineup when they were over in North America. Modi as well, a player who's been throughout this team for a long time. And S-Tag throwing in things from time to time. But it's kind of, it's not like you have one solid caller. You have everyone working together and trying to bring like the best situation instead of one man just saying, this is what we must do. And I think that gives a lot more room for Heroic to kind of play their own game and not one player to suffer individually because they're so focused on micromanaging the team, which is nice to see.
Well, it's just the fact as well, when you're this young into it, in terms of actually how long they're going to be playing together as this core 5, you wouldn't have enough time to really get a lot of server stuff down. In terms of actually being set in strategies, it's going to be hard to have that streamline at this point. You play more of a looser style of CS, you can bounce ideas off each other, you can try and go for those on-the-fly rounds with structure thrown in there and here, and that might actually work out a bit better for them, especially in terms of the play style. Heroic might want to run throughout this tournament. And the fact as well, obviously, you don't really have that dedicated AWP. So in terms of set pieces, you can try and go for the more aggressive rifle rounds. You can play that split and pick style of CS.
Yeah, very hard to read and counter as well when you don't have like, when you have teams like mousesports where you see them play every single event, most teams will do their research and know how mousesports approach, certain buy rounds on certain maps, how they like to run their pistol strats. But there's nothing here for Heroic. Mousesports have no idea what Heroic are going to do in terms of coming into this event. They can only go off of what we've already seen, which has been pretty fantastic so far. And Heroic looking to continue that in the second round of Cash. Their map pick, yes, that's surprising, but it is true. As mousesports, they pull in the Deagles, not everyone armored up, but a boost coming through above the lack of smoke. Oscar going to drop S-Tag. Freiburg stealing the rifle from the corpse of his teammate and maybe looking to split this B site with the bomb beginning to rotate as well.
Molotov going to be launched out there, seeing if anyone was hiding behind the boxes and checkers, but mousesports, they're just trying to play with a distance, keep themselves far enough away. You've got the initial frag, you've still got the pistols to play with. 3 Deagles coming out on the rest of the boys as the push comes through. Oscar's going to get caught between a rock and a hard place, and Rops is still just lying in wait with the Deagle. Pops up, plays a game of peekaboo as he makes Croman disappear. But they have got sight control now. They should be able to get this bomb down and realistically close this round out, but a bit of an awkward push comes through. In rapid succession, they do down the players, Hugo, and that is another round for Heroic, although they take 2 casualties. A 4K for Freiburg there.
I'm very surprised that mousesports didn't have more of a read onto that. They had, I think it was Sunny, pushed all the way up in A main. He had all the info that Heroic were not committing towards A, at least off of spawns. And after Freiburg showed his presence into middle with S-Tag as well, after that kill came through from Oscar, mousesports knew that Heroic had vent control, and they didn't have A main control. Like that should be hinting towards a B play anyway. mousesports very late on those rotations, and that does allow Heroic to get into the site and get their second round on the board. But it's no big problem. We're waiting for that buy round from the CT side, and that will be next. However, for now, again, they've just got to hold on to USPs and a lone Deagle on Rops. A frag grenade on Chris just to chip away at Heroic, and probably a third round here for the T side.
S-Tag actually looks quite a lot like a young Messioso there, really.
I want to see the photo.
I've just sort of realised.
Next time we spectate him, I'll have a look.
It is. It's quite shockingly similar.
Has he got the beard?
No, if without the beard.
Without the beard.
Without the beard. Yeah, quite sort of like a younger Messioso in his prime.
We're going to need confirmation here from Graham himself. Bring out some childhood photos.
Oh, of course. We'll roll back the years. And let's see if that's what Heroic can actually get up to into this round, as they're going to group their way out outside the A site, trying to attack them with an onslaught here, Hugo. Sunny on the close range angle with the USP, looking to try and do a little bit of fun damage with the USP. Isn't really given a chance. Deco already eliminated, and Modi comes through as well. Things aren't going too great for mousesports. As you'd expect, they're just able to storm their way in on the side of Heroic, just clean up quickly and get through this round. Lickety-split.
There we go. Rops grabs one, though. Luckily, Croman was already tagged, so it will be the one shot to the back. Rops looking for a little bit more. No real problem with dying this round, because mousesports will be reinvesting with a full buy when it comes to that fourth. With Oscar just making contact towards the CT spawn. They've spotted him.
There you go.
I see what you mean. Just like the hair. Yeah.
A bit of the face. You can kind of see it.
There's definitely is that how this team got formed? Graham's like looking for players that look like him, and he's trying to like build a roster of himself because he could never be good at CS. He tried to be the coach of Godsent. He tried to play, but not gonna happen.
He's passing it on.
3-0 to Heroic, though. They keep 4 players alive. Good money start here for the, I want to say Danish team, but it's 2 Danish, 2 Swedes, and a Norwegian. So European mix, as is mousesports. Heroic are also calling in English, funnily enough. Does make sense. And here's the AWP out for Oscar as well. We will not have one for Heroic early on. No big surprises on that. Let's see. Oscar typically towards the B site on Cash as well. He's going to be doing that into this buy.
So, we're going to go for the boost over through mid. The smoke's there, it extinguishes the Molotov. They're allowed to push swiftly in. Modi actually will get the initial frag, backed up by S-Tag as well as he downs Chris J. So already there's only 3 players left on mousesports. The aggression working well for Heroic, but Sunny dares to defy them as he swings right, lands the right hook, goes for the left as well. But the response from Modi is going to be a HE right to his noggin.
Oh no, look at this though from Heroic. They're going to walk into B. There's both the players of mousesports here. They've stacked it up, and Oscar has the AWP, dropping Croman, but I think Rops may have been spotted. Heroic need to rotate now. There's no way they should be walking into this AWP. Although Oscar's low, they want to try their luck towards middle, it seems, just holding on. Rops with no vent break, and they might not expect it. He gets one. Now both players have been seen on this B site, so Modi needs to tuck tail and hit A as quickly as he can. Hoping that Oscar hasn't made his retreat through the CT spawn, he'll drop a smoke to cover his highway. Maybe even forcing a kill here. Feigns the fake with the Molotov, and he'll spot Rops as well. So much damage done. Both players on 19 points of health, and the bomb going down in the 1v2.
Flashbang over as well, trying to slow down that push as much as possible, but he's only got the read on the one man. Is he going to know the angle from Oscar as he tiptoes his way up? They need to try and distract and play together here. Modi, so focused, he isn't going to clear behind. He's allowed to be pushed there, and Oscar will kill him. They went in from different angles and kept Modi on his toes, and that's the defuse in the first round for mousesports there, but it was shockingly close. That could have gone either way there, really. I mean, Rops, a huge frag. Oscar lucky on the reface to actually get that frag, as he looked a little bit testy when he did go for the initial face, but they get it in the end, Hugo.
Yeah, first on the board for mousesports, but of course Heroic with the bomb plant and the fairly flawless anti-ecos are going to be able to continue this buy. Try and get that hard reset in, and again, awkward spot for mousesports where they only keep 2 alive, so they've got to juggle their funds. Although with Chris J on an MP7, that's basically an M4 for him. He loves an SMG, doesn't he? Heroic looking for this reset in round number 5. Already quick smoke up the top, Molotov down for mousesports, but going to be extinguished as Heroic take that mid control.
So, have a group play here. 2 players going to peek out, and actually both of them still going to survive, but not till they're ignited. They're trapped. They're trying to get that smoke out in time, but instead they're both sent off to the Burns ward. Freiburg just able to ignite them both. Oh, things are heating up into this one, Hugo.
Oh, easiest double kill of his life, to be honest. No one even peeking there for mousesports. Very awkward way to lose middle there, but that's due to Heroic's fast mid play with the smoke down, extinguishing mousesports' early molly. They've done that multiple times now, and it's actually netted them quite a few kills. Mousesports need to switch things up in middle and into these buy rounds because they're already down 3 players at the cost of none for Heroic. Sunny stuck in the CT spawn and Rops on B. Mousesports looking to group up and play the trade game. This is a setup now where if Heroic walk into B, Mousesports can fight this and try and win the round in a 2v5. If Heroic walk to A, Mousesports just save. And in a 5-on-2, you're unlikely to just dart into a site. You're more likely going to send out your probes and try and get a bit more information. That's what Modi's doing here, sneaking up highway. So while they set up outside of B, once Modi clears out the A site, this bomb should rotate. There it is.
Well, pushing their way up. They've got the read in the A site now. They know they can get that plant for free and clear all the angles just to be sure. Sonny and Rops really have to save this, and Kremen can try and go for more of an aggressive play if he wants to, but to save the cash and not really run the risk, he would just back off, holding the angle, play for the exit frags. Modi is well going to do the same as they have them pent in, and they'll have to just stay around that B-bomb site.
One thing to note as well, Kremen just picked up an AWP off of the body of Oscar and then dropped it. So not only is that the fact that he's hiding the AWP from mousesports so they can't get it, but also he's not choosing to bring the AWP into the T side. Heroic continuing to go for these faster approaches, these quick mid takes, and frankly, it's working out really well. This hard reset to mousesports is going to come at a cost, and while I imagine we'll see this CT side maybe buy around these 2 rifles because they've got a double eco anyway, it's not probably going to result in too much.
Round number 6 now. Cash for mousesports obviously left in a dire position because of the way this game has gone thus far. Sunny and Rops both have a rifle apiece though. They're going to reinvest in terms of armor, buy up around this and see what they can actually get going for themselves here. But this is a good lead now for Heroic. You've got 4 rounds, you can build off this. If you win this, you can get yourself into a 5th, potentially projected to go to a 6-1 scoreline there if they can carry on. But mousesports, can they defy? Can they upset with the pistols, as there's always potential for it? Early tag coming through though as Modi nearly finishes off Sneeko in the first few seconds.
Just trying to cross towards that white box. Look at Freiburg there. He's already run out through the smoke. Chris J gets completely cornered and shut down. With Sneeko tagged earlier on the cross as well, he can't even repeat back into trade. So again, Jackie, it seems like another round where Heroic have taken mid, and mousesports this time have to concede it after losing the first man. The bomb set up in A and Kremen in a position just to catch rotates, not to force damage on the B bomb site. It seems like Heroic are looking to go for this highway split towards the A site. However, that being said, they do have the rifle here on Sunny, so there is a bit of a defense. Oscar as well with a deagle, but no armor behind it as he still saves for that AWP in the upcoming rounds. Flash the highway, Stiko going to peek with it, but he spots nothing. That may give misinformation here to mousesports. How will they adjust?
Sonny goes to the face. Taken down by Freiberg. Makes some noise as well as he breaks the vents, trying to keep them on their toes. Oscar with a deagle, though. Only finding the first frag as he'll quickly make mincemeat out of ESL. Modi's won the reposition round. Stiko with a deagle, but he's not quite Oscar. But in the end, he does one better. Finds the headshot, takes down Modi, looks for any additional kills he can find as Rops will bounce over there to support him. Hugo, but the bomb's down. You're left in a 2 versus 3. They don't really have too much to add to this, and they're going to get picked to pieces as well.
Look like a round they could have gone for now, and Robs will probably still attempt it given the fact that they're just waiting for the loss bonus to kick in, but this is not an easy clutch. Bomb halfway ticked, he does have a kit to play with, and Freiberg over facing gives him that 1v1. No trade in for Heroic, but the peek from main could be all they need. Position given away by the man with the Molotov, that's Nico. And Rops, he's kind of in a spot now, he's cornered in the site, he's got to get out of there. He can't win this round, surely, but the bomb, it's not planted for main. He could jump right on it, flashbang is perfect, Nico turns around, but Rops is on the defuse. Nico keeping it in check. Well, that came far too close for comfort considering what mousesports had in that round.
Yeah, somehow it gets down to the 1v1 there where if Nico didn't go for the fast push, if he wasn't able to land the spam, then maybe things could have been absolute lunacy. But instead, Heroic do win it in the end, but still really down to the wire for what it was. This should now be a 6-1 scoreline from that, though, as obviously mousesports, they had to go for this eco round going into here. They're not really going to have much at all. You've got one flash over on Rops, and maybe they could just go for a burst play here at the 5-man or go for a mid strategy, but let's see what they're actually going to get up to.
Oh, this is so annoying for mousesports. Already stacked the A site in Heroic. They're looking to just go for a quick B play. They're not even going for a slow controlled style where they split through mid and give time for mousesports to realize what's up. By the time that mousesports have the information, this bomb will already be down and Heroic will have the round under their control. That seems to be the case already. Rops has rotated just in the nick of time, and a quick shot to S-Tag relieves some of the pressure here for the CT side, but they're still giving up B. Retaking is so hard even with rifles, so I don't want to think about without. The boost up from Rops, but it's not going to work as the Molotov holds back mousesports. Oh no, Modi, careful. This is a 5-on-3 cap. What's going on?
I know, the Deagles are just way too strong right now. It's as crazy as they're finding these picks. You're into a 5v3, you can try and go for the retake. I mean, you might as well. You don't have a kit, so you need to be a little bit quick about it, but these last 3 Ts, how'd they up to play this? You've got Nico on the site, who's now dead. He's just been absolutely owned by the Deagle of Rops. That's just continuing to look unstoppable. Croman tries to hold the angle, but it's all down to him now. He's got to go so wild into this round. They're all going to spam him. They're going to be able to bypass him, but they can't get the defuse. They had no kit. They left it too late, and that's the issue. It comes back to bite you, but the amount of damage done to their economy is going to be nice enough at least.
That's around where if you're mousesports, you're really annoyed that you didn't have time. You're really annoyed you didn't win it, but you've got to look on the bright side in that situation. You can't afford it to tilt you because you have 3 rifles saved out of that. You can certainly cobble together a buy here. There's no way that they came out with a bad situation considering the limitations going into that pistol round. So 6-1. mousesports having rifles to play with, an AWP in the hands of Oscar. And finally, we see the AWP for the T side. S-Tag going to be bringing that in here, as they know Oscar's going to have the money to do so after those saved weapons from mousesports. So let's see if he's going to be challenged in middle. It is a quick peek, but resulting in nothing.
No, it's this round as well. Both teams obviously actually armed to the teeth. You've got the AWP for the first time really over on the Heroic side, so I want to see what S-Tag's going to get up to with this. If he's going to go for the aggressive picks, if he'll be able to find some openers and chip away at mousesports' early defense in the first few seconds here. As actually, once again, the counter boost. Oscar going to allow his teammate to get on his head, push his way back through the vent and go for the extension round. Chris, much more control towards mid now. But Heroic, they're just playing their default. They're just holding their angles, Hugo.
But maybe you're looking to force out some utility on A. This doesn't look like a commitment. They're just trying to gauge the positions and get rid of Molotovs. And at the cost of only 2 smokes when they still have a couple left, they even gain some map control. Modi pushes out here. They're not committing, but he is alone on the site. He's kind of hung out to dry. Can't afford to go down here, and the Molotov may force that as well. Stiko wins the battle. With Freiberg tagged up as well, Nico still being held into the door. mousesports are going to keep that man advantage for the time being, but in the result, they've given up middle, and that's allowed S-Tag to creep in behind enemy lines. Does Stiko know? S-Tag holding towards the default box. He needs someone to watch his connector as well, because in the meantime, Freiberg is very focused on the vents. He even drops into B as well, so this will be a late round B collapse, but Not easy round to win for Heroic. Luckily enough for Stiko, he finds his second kill on A, and here comes the push.
Oh, so much damage there, really. Nice flick from Stiko. You got Chris J just rolling out the nades as he's going to bolt down Freiburg. Oscar goes for the fast base with the AWP. For us, he comes through as eventually he will rail down Croman. It's all up to Esatag. He's got 3 seconds. They could just try to kill him after time here. That would just be horrendous as he tries to hold on. He's fighting tooth and nail, but in the end, it wasn't enough. He does go down.
Definitely worth it there for mousesports. They take a couple of casualties, but they still get away with the round, so no reset coming through. And the AWP dropped over. They had to actually rebuy that. Oscar went down. He was using the pistol to try and kill that final player. So, Heroic, knowing that they don't have equal cash after one player died after time, they're going to just go for the full-on force. Put together what they can. That's 3 CZs, a UMP and an AK, and a B rush, it seems. We're going full matchmaking. mousesports, 2-man defense on this site. Oscar back here with the AWP. He's very commonly jumping up below the vents here and going for this shot round his smoke. And there it is, already showing his face with 1, but it's traded straight back. And that's a free AWP over to the side of Heroic if Chris J wants to give it to them. And it's a no. He's mowed down 2. Swapped over to the UMP to give himself another SMG, but Nico will keep things in check. And grabbing the AWP as well to play with means now Heroic have a shot.
Ooh, going for the spam, gets Nico very low there, brings him down to just 29 HP. His teammates are being punished as well. Sonny with a little face as he slides in, gives him some digs and leaves him lifeless on the floor. Now only 3 rounds away from actually bringing this back to a 6-6 scoreline as we go into round number 10.
Yeah, and the full eco for Heroic as well. Definitely not a round you force up with a bit of loss bonus now to play with. That's a couple in a row for mousesports, so money's going to be good for Heroic moving forward. However, this round's got to be a bit of a nail biter. Gonna have to bite the bullet as they head in towards B once again, it seems, to Heroic. Maybe they can overwhelm Oscar and drop the AWP and force a rebuy for mousesports. That would be nice, but double run boost here. No, single run boost here. Oscar gonna line them up. He gets 1, but trades right back with a 1 invested pistol with Croman. CZ gets a frag, and you can already see Rops moving in. He wants to completely stop Heroic before they get guns picked up and actually have a chance of doing some damage. They won't allow it. mousesports will pick up the round as would be expected, and the AWP is even saved. So no rebuy there for the CT side. Heroic, though, having money to buy here.
He's going to be rocking the rifles. Oscar, though, donning the AWP. As per usual, up to his old tricks, and if he's going to be able to pull out any shenanigans into this one as we are in round number 11 now. mousesports getting closer and closer to actually re-equalising the scoreline, being able to move on from there. Their cash yesterday seemed like it had a couple of weaknesses, a little bit of a slow boost coming through, but Modi and Co are going to be put up an elevated angle. They found a ton of success here at mid into the early rounds before, and Croman already kills Rops there over at the B site. They're trying to get the tag down on Oscar as he's boosted up, peering over the top of the smoke. They re-smoke it and negate that position now, but they're going to go for it again as he's just peering over like an Oscar-sized giraffe.
Oh, there it is. Bomb spotted as well, so they may have information that they're going towards B. It's actually left out on the top as well, so Oscar can double it. He spotted Freiburg moving into position, so information's fine. And Stiko even moves in to clear up the pieces. Nico dead as well, and this is the star power of the AWP on mousesports that we talked about, something that Heroic are lacking, and it's coming back to bite them. mousesports with a lockdown of middle. And when they give up B and allow Croman to flank, they've got their exteriors covered. Chris J making sure no one's sneaking up from behind, and Croman's going to have a difficult job here.
Ooh. Going for the early 2-tap. Tries to push around, obviously 43 seconds, but recovering the bomb and actually really surviving it. This is going to be a hard task, but he knows how to give out big shots there. Slaps down Oscar with that initial contact peak. Does take him down. They weren't actually quick enough to recover the AWP as well, so they're going to have to rebuy that one, but at least they've got a ton of funds. Rops there with 10k, everyone else pretty confident as well, but the same cannot be said for Heroic. Their money is absolutely busted right now, and they will use that pause as well. I'm trying to work out what's going on as they're only now 1 round away from having this be that 6-6 scoreline.
Yeah, if we looked at those early rounds, Heroic having a lot of success in taking middle here, and now that we've actually seen Oscar move over from B with the AWP to mid with the AWP, that's changed drastically. He's been locking down these rounds and not allowing Heroic to have the ability to split through vents to B, to split through highway to A. It's leaving Heroic in an awkward spot where, 2-3 rounds in a row, they've just run into the B site without even trying to split through mid, and they've just been completely locked out by Rops. So, yeah, nice reaction from mousesports, nice adjustment of position. We're going to see if Heroic eventually attempt that A site, and this is a buy where A is very, very easy to take. You've got the smokes of the cross, you can flash your way in. Mousesports probably don't have too much pressure on the A site as well in terms of close main positioning, and an opportunity for Heroic, but back to middle it seems from 2 players. They burst through the smoke. Chris actually gets caught, and they could use this to split highway and take that A site after all.
To give this A site attack, though, they need to be able to overthrow the King of Sunny as he's just picking them to pieces. 3 fast frags there, one after the other. They all fall down. Sneeko as well, going to be able to tap on and tap out. That's the tag. And Sunny comes back in for the 4th and final blow as Freiburg will be eliminated.
Yeah, what a pullback this is for Mouse, considering what was a 6-1. And Mouse have now made it even Stevens here in the first map of Cash. Heroic do have another buy, though. And again, they lost the previous round, but it was only pistols. They take a couple of kills here and there, but this is where things need to start again for Heroic. If they want to have a considerable chance of winning this map, mousesports have a very dirty T side on Cash, so Heroic need to be assured that they get a fairly significant lead now. If they can grab this round, maybe they can kickstart things, but mousesports with a streak of 5 do have the money to continue these rebuys, even throwing in curveballs now as a boost comes up towards that A site. Sunny in a different position, and he has been having a great job at locking down A. It seems like mousesports don't have a weak link right now. Everyone is hitting their shots. Definitely cause for concern for Heroic. Scared of the peak of Oscar on B with the AWP, so flashing Croman into the angle, but passive from mousesports it seems. And Heroic just, again, a slow default while they wait for mousesports to see if they bring any kind of aggression.
Smoke going to go over towards mid. Trying to block off these lines of sight. Got the Molotov event there as well. Flash through. Very standard mid take here from Heroic. The 2 players go in off the back of the flash. The rotate's already started to unfold from mousesports as they reposition to adapt around this. And Heroic, they're tiptoeing through. They're starting to gain that control. They're getting a bit of headroom here.
30 seconds left. Now Oscar already ready for this push. mousesports should know pretty soon what's about to be uncovered. As long as Molly doesn't drop Chris J in middle, this should be good for mousesports on the defense. Rops lines up the first, but quick trade from S-Tag looking good. And he might even catch a second as well. Oscar blindsided as Nico comes in through B main, focused on the site. Stiko may catch the mid lurk, so that's the late vent split dead. But Heroic still have the man advantage as the bomb goes down.
Stiko and Sunny. The 2 S's, the Suicide Squad. Let's see if they can pull something wild out here as the Molotov will be launched in. Ignites the bomb site. You got the flashbang to go over as well. Sunny goes for the first face, gets it somehow, and the second looks for the hat trick as he swings around like a lunatic, supported by the flashbang of his teammate. They nearly get caught off guard, but Sunny does it. That's an unthinkable play. All 3 frags collected by him. That's going to be a defuse as well. It's a 7 round now, and the lead taken for mousesports.
Such a good flashbang as well coming out through heaven. Like mousesports not having a single player playing anti-flash, and both of them very exposed there. Bit of an awkward setup. It's a good setup in theory, but if a flashbang comes through, it completely negates those positions. So if you're going to run that, you need to have one player with his back turned, or preferably only one player in that position, and another man on the site. Because then if you think about it, if Sunny wide faces that angle, looks towards Trench, and the second he gets a kill, a man from back box peeks out wide, Sunny's dead. There's no way he picks up 2 kills there. So yeah, awkward setup from Heroic in the post plant, and mousesports will take advantage. Sunny showing he's not just the master of A, but he has B on lock as well. And again, this quick mid take from Heroic, the smoke extinguishing the Molotov. Will Chris J find anything here from the sandbags? This time, it's seeming to be a yes.
Chris with the first, Freiburg with a response though. As he gets a little bit electrifying with the AK. It is a 4-on-4. Minute 28 seconds left on the clock. Croman, he's in the B bomb site on the drive-by shot. Oscar peeks him, but Oscar, he's lost his face and he's lost his life. Rops as well, suffers the same fate as his brethren. As they're being picked to pieces, it's just Stiko and Sunny that remain. This is going to be a 7-7, surely.
It's these quick, unpredictable plays from Heroic that make them so explosive and exciting to watch so far here in Dallas. It's a random walk into B that basically wins them the round unless this retake can come through for mousesports. But Sunny is alive, and he just retook B in the previous round with a 3K. He might be able to do it again, but now he's all alone. Stiko does get dropped by Croman, who's found his own triple kill as well. And Sunny may be reconsidering this round as he looks to just get exits, try and catch saving players of Heroic. Seems like these Ts are back in with another round, finding their 7th. And even the long wrap from Modi may catch Sunny, who's just trying to walk in and look for any kind of damage. I think they've seen him there, and actually no, surely not, because Modi's walking back towards the A site just to make sure. Sunny might get away with this gun at the very least, but hey, money's still good for mousesports, won't make a huge amount of difference. As we head into the final round of the half, to be honest, no matter who wins this, I'd say it's a good half for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's looking like it. Obviously, Heroic have been able to display what they need to. The aggression's working well. They can run a 5AK setup. The rifle rounds are good. The tempo's there. Definitely confidence in individual style. mousesports, they have the mental fortitude. They were able to bring it back. Really good start for Heroic, and since then, mousesports, they've been on the up and up. Either side as well now plateauing and looking like we're going to have a fierce fight when we get into that second half. Decided about who's going to get this 8th round as well at the first.
Oscar really wants his, for the first time, playing aggressive towards the B site. He will catch Croman. Not expecting the close position in the final round of the half, although Modi, he takes a great position of his own. In the CT spawn, they have no idea. He's just crept through. And Chris J's looking at Highway. Do they realize this? Will he be able to sneak into the B site? Chris J's seen it. He has the information, so he tries to shut him down, and Modi gets caught on the back. mousesports back in control of the round. For a brief moment in time, it looked like Heroic may have had the Horcrux to find this win, but no, not anymore with Rops locking down vents. And that will just be Nico left alone, not going to be able to find a thing. mousesports take it flawlessly and lock themselves in an 8th.
Yeah, big stuff there. Once they started mounting that comeback, you can see they got their noggins together. The confidence was back in their favor, being able to get round after round. And it's good to see. Now it actually keeps it quite competitive as well. It's an 8-7 scoreline in favor of mousesports. They shuffle on round to their T side. Heroic, what have they got to display on their CT half? This is what I'm going to be quite curious about. I want to see where it's going to go from here from them. Obviously for mousesports as well, the pistol rounds can be quite dominant, really, in terms of what they get up to, Hugo. So the second half pistol's really going to be all to play for to decide who gets that early advantage.
One thing that is nice to see is Freiburg is coming into his own so far this game. Second top fragger for the team of Heroic, and while stats only tell part of the story, if we look to the other games Heroic have played, he's consistently been at the bottom of the board. You know, it's been a while since he's been on this pro circuit, taking a bit of a break recently. So now back into it and actually having a very strong map here on Cash. If he can continue his form, who knows what can happen. In the meantime, though, Nico, S-Tag, 2 players that we look to be hard hitters for Heroic, are sitting on 4 and 5 kills, so we need those players to step up, because if not, mousesports can easily exploit the 2 non-fraggers for the team. As we head into this second pistol round, mousesports with the utility to make it rain, and a quick boost up towards middle, maybe looking for a similar story to how Heroic approached their T-side.
Early burst through, mousesports playing with the high-speed tempo. Nico tagged down to 2 HP. That's someone you want in these pistol rounds as well for Heroic, because he can be quite deadly. S-Tag goes for the face and calm and collected. 1 shot, 1 kill.
Now it's a slowdown for mousesports. They've lost the pick, they want to regroup, decide which site they're committing to, and for now it looks like B, but with the current bomb position, definitely nothing set in stone just yet. Flash in, Croman does get blinded at least in the smoke, but it's not going to be a problem. The issue is Heroic are fully rotated off the back of that smoke. That's given mousesports a brief moment to push up into this A bomb site. Quick rotations are established, and Heroic can afford to play a retake with a man advantage and a kit on Croman, but mousesports will get that bomb down, it seems. Crossing towards the site, and Sunny splitting up through the highway. Freiburg trying to, not trying to take him down, he's actually stuck in towards B still. But Heroic are going to begin their rotates and play for this post-plant retake in a 5-on-4.
Oh, Nico punishing there as he gets that first frag off on Sunny. Connects the headshot. Stico as well, armed with the Glock as he starts to just edge around, wait for the push to come towards him. Quite a few players are low on the side of Heroic, and Stico just needs to land his shots with the Glock as he catches him with the height of his Glock burst. Goes down in the end, but it will not matter as Chris J and Rops remain in this dynamic duo. Slotted in position. Chris J on the hunt, sprints up towards Nico and lays him out as mousesports get that round.
And now splitting pistols as well, showing how close this game really can be. And of course, if we know mousesports like we do, just because they may now garner a bit of a lead after this pistol, we should only take it with a grain of salt. mousesports do like their games coming very, very close, even after strong halves. And considering this game is still pretty close anyway, Heroic definitely have a shot. But for now, it's pistols, it's a scout, and it's probably a bit of a forfeit. That being said, though, this is a terrible buy from mousesports. I hate these buys. 4 SMGs and a Galil on cash. Going for a quick mid play as well. Yes, the pace can be good, but you really limit yourself with range. It makes players like S-Tag far more deadly. And even the Deagle on Nico, a gun he's known for very well as well. mousesports definitely have to be careful. As we can see already, Sunny dead. There's the one rifle removed on Oscar outside of the B site. mousesports trying to split here. What will they get done?
Ooh, headshot found for Stiko. Rops as well in the meantime is able to get another kill. There's 2 players going down. That's the tag. He's got the scout. He's got an angle to try and go for a wide swing, maybe tag someone with it, but it just depends as they bypass him. They get on the bomb site. They can go for that default plant. They're going to actually go for the save as well. They back off. They realize it's too risky, not really worth it. So they'll go for into the next round, now bringing it into a 10-7. Then they can try and fight back, and this is good for mousesports. Definitely a much-needed reinvigoration on that second half, carrying on from the form they found in the later stages of the first.
I like the save, though, again, you know, with Cash B being so hard to retake, Heroic are realistic in the sense that they want to reposition with these pistols and the scout again, give it another shot, hope mousesports walk into maybe a bit of a stack with these saved weapons. But 10 rounds have been found, Jackie. So, mousesports keeping this lead on for the time being. Quad SMG buy working out for now, and they even save the Galil going forward. Heroic really can't reinvest anything here. They're only just teetering on the edge of $2,000 on most of these players. And with 2,400 coming in after this round to facilitate that full buy, they don't want to weaken the next round buy in, you know, an off chance of winning this eco. So just a safe, standard save for Heroic as mousesports look to find 11.
Early HE in from there, from Sunny. Seeing if he could tag on anyone that was trying to go for the fast push through. Plays anti-flash, support by his teammates. Smoke as well. They're causing quite a big rotate. You've already got 3 players grouped up on the A site now, playing close. 1 towards mid, 1 on B. The only one with an actual weapon is going to be S-Tag, the mid player. As he has that scout to work with. Using the height advantage on the A site, though, as they set up a triple threat, but no one's really there. mousesports at this point, they've backed off. They can go for a mid split. All they've got to do is defunk S-Tag, and at that point, you've got the control to play with, but a big tag comes through with a wide swing there from S-Tag, Hugo. Nearly taking down Stiko to kick this one off.
Again, the one rifle already getting nearly removed, and S-Tag going to follow up by dropping Chris J to 30 points of health. He takes damage, but he can just walk away with that pretty happily, knowing that these pistols are going to have a far more simple time of ripping away these 2 mousesports players. But though Sunny walks in first place now, being one of the few men with actual health to play with, and mousesports look to split this B site. Only Modi at the back of the site and S-Tag hiding in the heaven. I'm lenient to believe that mousesports will be able to lose this round, even with the low HP. They should have a fairly simple task of taking down Modi, and that comes straight through. Bomb can go down as well. This flank from Chroman results in 1 single kill, and the scout actually wallbangs Oscar. Things are looking up for Heroic, maybe Sunny, trying to keep things in check, but luckily Rops will grab a kill through the smoke. mousesports back in the advantage.
Deagle spam comes through. Nico, hoping maybe can tag someone with it. Sunny will do the same back to him, but Sunny does one better. Finds that frag. And S-Tag, he's still clutching onto his trusty old scout, but he's being pushed and tries to go for a rapid shot. Nearly does actually connect it. You can see he's flustered, he's panicked, and now he's dead as he goes for a nice little slide.
It's a playground here for Heroic, but they shouldn't be playing around now. It's coming down to a buy. No AWP, full rifles. Will Oscar have his? It seems like they have the money, and Chris throws it over. Where's it going? Maybe play off spawn. No, Oscar gets it. It goes through Rops and Sunny, but eventually the man, the myth, the legend does hold the big green gun. And now we're going to see if mousesports can continue this streak in the second half. They've had quite a long streak, to be fair, if you include the final few of the last half, with Heroic finding 1 in the midst of all that. Now, mousesports looking for a bit of a faster B approach as well. Freiburg flashed, and he's going to be able to get 1 there. Great teamwork from him and Modi, and he doubles it as well. Fantastic work for Heroic to start things off with the advantage.
Oh, tag from Oscar though. Through the smoke directly. He's got support as well. Stiko's over there. They haven't really fully committed into this yet. But Freiburg, he single-handedly was able to deny the push. He got a massive spam out. Push comes around as well. Stiko cuts the head off as Attack tries to respond as well as he just hammers through the smoke. So they're making that deficit slightly closer. They're trying to get it back into an equal situation here, Hugo, and just under a minute left on the clock now. And the B attack seems to be the play.
Heroic are both hidden at the back of the site here. There are so many Molotovs on mousesports to get them out of position, but will they opt to go for them? Because it gives extra time for Heroic to realize this is a push if the smokes do come over. And there we go, one through, flash as well. Quick contact play for mousesports and quick headshot found to Freiburg. They haven't spotted Modi on the site. They might not be expecting of him. And the flash goes through from heaven, finding a kill for Modi. Trade right back, but the time is low. 30 seconds and they need to get this bomb down before Heroic get into position. Stiko challenging on the edge of the smoke, but they're going to walk right out. Heroic taking preemptive fights, and that will not be the right decision because Oscar lines up 2 from B main, and mousesports still find the buy round. Many, many situations where Heroic overface, not only in that 5-on-3 where they lose S-Tag over in Vents, but also in that 2v2.
Yeah, that was nice. Well played. And actually do lock it down in the end. I mean, moving on from this position as well. Now, mousesports, you've got 12 rounds to work with. Heroic, they're completely broken. You have nothing left there, really. You've got the one smoke on Freiburg that's already been chucked out. So, in terms of a late round push, mousesports can be so favoured again for those side takes. And Chris J does that to Freiburg. And they're in such a horrible position. This should be a 13th round. From there on out, you're really close to actually locking this one down. You need 3 rounds to win the game. Heroic, they're so far behind. They don't have a buffer. Their economy's in a really disgusting position, and Rops has found another kill as well, Hugo. These rounds are going to be over before you know it.
Yeah, this is kind of my worry. I did say coming into the second half, Heroic kind of need a bit of a lead on that first because mousesports not only have a great T side, but Heroic are a team that don't play this map. So already their CT side is going to be weaker than that of their T sides. Far easier to throw in a far more puggy style. And if we go back to Heroic's T side, it was very slow and calculated. They would find a pick out middle, they would regroup, they would go for a split to a site. There was never anything super in depth, but it was all like it was everything they needed. They always had the man advantage. They were always confident in trading effectively, and basic team play like that was working. But when it comes down to playing the CT side, they clearly don't have the right setups and the right team play to be able to lock down such a good team like mousesports. And that will come with time. Of course, this roster is new for Heroic, but it's definitely showing holes here in the first map of Cash.
Well, this should be the 13th now, picked up for mousesports. And for the 2 remaining Heroic boys, you've got Croman and Modi. Croman actually does show a little bit of like there, peeks out for event, goes for the re-extension, does die because of it. Modi, he's playing for the exit frags. He's slotted in position. You've got the CZ and Armor. They are going to be exiting together back towards the T-spawn. Flashed in there, they go for the push through. Modi slightly blind, still trying to recover his hands over his eyes. And his eyes are no longer in his head. He's dead.
This is maybe one of the last opportunities here for Heroic, and they know it. Big pause coming through, good timing to pull one out as well. Because again, if mousesports win this round, Heroic will be up against 14 with no money, only 3,400 loss bonus, which sounds like a lot of cash, but when rifles are 3,100 on the CT side, it's really not. So Heroic need to win this round here, otherwise it's force buys until the game is, well, potentially over here. And again, this is their map pick. So already up against a potential 2-0 for mousesports if Heroic cannot find their own choice. Although I would say that I'm more confident in Heroic's Mirage. While mousesports, in my opinion, are the best, if not second best team in the world on Mirage, Heroic know that map. They can play that map to a good extent. So maybe we'll see a little bit more in terms of their CT side there especially, which is clearly the problem here on Cash. But that's a story for another time. We're back into this one. Pause is over. AWP is back in the hands of S-Tag as well, armoured up, so no real limitation here for Heroic, no excuses. And as heavy as their T-side mid was, they now try and show it in the second half as well. Close positions. Don't get shot through the smoke by Chris again, Freiburg. As they get close up in middle, Freiburg and Nico not going for the boost, but instead just setting up on a bit of a bait play. mousesports, again, their own default established as well.
The 2-player push up there as well. Nico working in support of Freiburg as they play on the close garbage angle. just under boost. Modi as well at mid, so quite a heavy setup. If they do go for a mid play, they should be able to deal with it fairly quickly, but Rops, he's just going to be lurking out towards the B site. S-Attack with a more aggressive angle. A bit of a fluff Molotov there from Stiko, but it doesn't matter. He was just doing it just to mess about. It was all about the style points in reality.
Stiko's had some problems with his mouse before, but clearly not with the walls as he shoots down Croman. Modi, they might not expect this position. He's going to wrap around the edge of the smoke. Nice angle as well taken, but he just misses the timing on the peak from Stiko. Late boost up for Freiburg has dropped the bomb in the open, and although mousesports have control of it, Nico's here to cut off that B rotate. They knew Rops was there from earlier in the round as he broke the window up on B, but still Sunny's in the site. Another kill coming through as well, and Stiko's even going to catch another one, picking up the bomb and making their hasty retreat towards A, but Nico is on a tear. 2 frags as Oscar catches that shutdown, and now it is just S-Tag trying to watch the cross.
Oh, smoke goes out, tackling the elevated angle, didn't expect Sunny. Pushes in and gets absolutely obliterated because of it. That's now a 14th round for mousesports. This is heroic. Really just going to be kicking themselves. You're down and out. I mean, you're exactly 7 rounds behind your opposition. 2 rounds away from victory for them. That'll be the first map win. And as you said, this is going to be the map pick of Heroic. You then go on to Mirage, where they're going to feel quite comfortable about it. If it carries on like this, Hugo, this could be quite a rapid 2-0.
Yeah, it is looking like that to be the case. And I'm not sure what I'm going to see on Mirage, because I know Heroic are good. It's just like mousesports have such a good track record on that exact map. And, you know, while Heroic are playing to their own strengths and allowing Mirage to, you know, slip through, mousesports are not going to be scared of that map, especially not after what could be even a 16-7 win here. I like to see the reserved buy from Heroic. They don't fully force, because this is around, like, it makes sense to force just to keep the game going and not have to play up against OT because you've got such a deficit. But a full force here results in a few UMPs and like SMGs. I think I'd rather have CZs in this round and actually have a full buy next round than to pull in UMPs twice in a row, right? I think a CZ is in a lot of cases actually better than the UMP.
It depends on the angle, obviously. You've got the cost efficiency to, if you can try and play a close angle and hold a crossfire, if you've got a CZ, then yeah, sure, you can actually get the shots off and be able to punish with it, but it all swings and roundabouts at the end of the day.
mousesports again into middle, looking for that B split. Seems to be the staple of this map so far. Modi going to get mollied out as well. Wide peak has to come through. He's got to take the fight, and he does win it. That's one at least. Relieves some pressure, but the trade is instantaneous from Rops. Freiburg unable to land a shot with a CZ. Finally makes up for it, but that long range is going to credit the AK-47. Rops coming out on top of another engagement, only to be dropped by the Deagle. Things are now looking up for Heroic, maybe, especially with this flank from Croman.
Croman in the rear with a gear. The CZ, to be exact, as he gets that spray down on Oscar. And Sunny needs to go wild in this one. He's forced to plant. He doesn't have much time. Croman knows this, so he's going to sprint up close and personal. Misses the initial burst, but it doesn't matter as you've got big man DK on the scene, as he'll be able to find that frag, the Deagle King and the Drift King.
I love it. Heroic actually picking up that half buy as well. This is something that far more teams should be employing. You typically just see force until the game's over, but the half buy allows 2 things for Heroic. It allows the opportunity to win the round with still considerable weaponry. You know, these ecos are won, it's some silly stat like 30-40% of the time. But it also means that even if they lost that round to mousesports, yeah, okay, you're up against map point, but you're going to have full rifles anyway. Now, Heroic not only have full rifles, but they have the utility to boot. Even the AWP held onto S-Tag, and some cash left in their pockets. Croman on 4, Nico and S-Tag on 2. I mean, it's not like they've saved the game by this, but Heroic have given themselves a second lifeline that could have gone just all in mousesports' favor, and S-Tag already stripping away Sunny in middle.
It's a nice initial pick. Just want to see what the adjustment is now. Where you go from here, how you actually start to lock this one down. Rob's going to be pushing up. Slowly works his way around. You got the late round push out to the A site as well. If they don't know the angle of Croman, he could just mow them down. He's going to be such a big catalyst. The Fawn in their side. Hugo Molotov, but it's not really going to spread to him. He swings wide on the extension out, but Chris J will do him in. Now you bring it back into a 4v4. They've still got a minute as well, so there's no need to commit.
That's an unfortunate death there as well. He wide swinged way too far. Mousesports were far closer than he anticipated. Now a real opportunity to get back in with a big reset for mousesports. This could win them the game just this round alone. It seems that Stiko's been tasked with throwing in a bit of a fake here. That may even just draw Freiburg straight off this site, and Modi might be alone. As soon as Stiko starts to throw utility out through the squeaky door, let's see if Heroic adjusts to this. Yes, Freiburg's already started to move. If they rotate off that, that means that mousesports, if they can get this entry to Modi without too much hassle, this game might be over. Heroic will remove some of the pressure by dropping that lurk, but now the real push is coming in. Modi knows it as well. He wins his duel. This could be good for Heroic. Trade back for Chris J, but it's a 2-on-3.
Molotov on the site. Chris, though, going to be allowed to get the bomb down, but he's being absolutely aerially bombarded. There is nades rolling in. He actually steps into the fire as well. He didn't realize. And he gets tagged up because of it. Oscar with the extension round, but Nico from headshot finds that clip and lays him out. That's another round going to be going through. Heroic get themselves a 9th. mousesports struggling. They can't quite get themselves that 15th at this point, and now this just adds to the confidence factor for Heroic, and it also means they can try and get the economy flowing. You've got the weapons now. They can drop that over. And mousesports, that economy's taking a slow hit. They're getting to the point where eventually it is going to burst at this point. That bubble can't stay there forever, Hugo.
Yeah, another thing to note as well is Nico's made a massive step up in the second half. He only had a few kills in that first, but now he's come back into his own form and looking very good in doing so. 3 kills on the retake there. And a bit of a pause already called out. So preemptive maybe for mousesports if of case they lose this round, which is always a possibility. Heroic have started to make a bit of a ruckus going on cash. However, they're not down and out just yet. mousesports still have a hefty lead into this map. But as you said it yourself, Jackie, the money isn't the best of spots for mousesports. So if they want to remove any pressure, they can win this round, or they can do a classic mousesports and let this get far too close for comfort, which is where I'm leaning at this point. Seems like almost a mental barrier for this team, with struggling to close out games when they have leads. They don't want it to come back to haunt them on Heroic's map pick, because if mousesports are able to take that, they could 2-0 this series without too much hassle. Slow play towards the A site here for the T's once again. Heroic, a very standard default, but they are very split up here, so we need big individual plays. We don't have a lot of tradability from these positions, like Croman being alone on the site, and Nico hardly supporting really from the highway. This smoke can come down, but it's a shot from Oscar to open up.
Oscar with the initial frag. Oh, sees a little bit of belly sticking out there from Estag as well, and he is able to absolutely obliterate it. Hunting rifle action. Push comes through from Sunny, glides in as he char slides along for a double kill and puts everyone down. All of a sudden, it's Modi left in a 1 versus 4. Hugo to decide if they're going to get match point or not for mousesports. Sunny, he's hungry for it. Bloodburst, then he finds the adjustment and the headshot.
When you have Sunny playing this well and Oscar just not missing a single AWP shot, it's so hard to beat mousesports. They have so much firepower. Even with the addition of Stiko, who originally a lot of people questioned, he took a far more supportive role. But in recent weeks, when we've seen mousesports improve time and time again, Stiko has actually been a player as well that we've been seeing near the top of the board occasionally. He was, I think, the best performer for mousesports at Sydney as well. And that's a big surprise when you look at some of the names on this team. You have one of the quickest upcoming players from FPL to a major within, a year and a bit. In ROPS, you have, again, one of the best AWPers in the European region of Oscar. I mean, this whole team is just a complete powerhouse. Sunny, 23-9 right now in map number 1. Map point here for mousesports. And Heroic, a mixed bag of revels here. They've got everything. CZs, Famises, Scouts. But they're going to need a big round here to stay in this game.
Heroic, not really too much money, so obviously the reinvestment they've gone for is going to be lackluster. You've got a couple of CZs there. Croman on the Famus, Nico as well, following. And Estag just rocking the Scout. For mousesports, though, they're armed. They're looking like mighty warlords with a buy they're going through with.
And it's just a slow defaults again from mousesports. They're not even playing the quick style of CS that we saw from Heroic. They were playing so many contact plays, so many fast opening kills to middle. mousesports just hold back, and they know Heroic are going to be sweating here. You can see Heroic already trying to be proactive. They push close mid. Both Nico and Estag there, and with a scout as well. They may be going for the boost, but it's very risky because Estag needs to get back in the range because otherwise he's screwed. Now Sunny knows there's a close mid player after dropping Nico, and Estag doesn't have the weaponry to fight back. He secures the FAMAS off the body of his teammate, but he needs a play here. Otherwise this round and game could be over as we know it. Chris J follows up, and this is it. mousesports with a 2-man advantage. Surely this is their round.
Yeah, this should be game for mousesports here, you'd imagine at this point. You've got a big lead in terms of the battle of attrition. Modi does try and fight back through though, but Freiberg is on fire, and now he has been killed. Rops takes them down with the AK. It's just Modi and Croman that remain. They're backing off. Modi could try and be the saving grace, but he isn't actually going to save a wreck like me right now until he adjusts, finds the headshot back on Oscar. Still doing absolute work to him. Backs off, repositions, a further frag comes through. That's a 4K. Damage after damage. It's like a Beastie Boys song as he went for the ace, but he won't quite grab it. Goes down. Stiko with the drive-by and barely misses Croman. He will get that bomb planted, Hugo, but he's left in the 1v1. And only one shot is all it takes. A flamboyant finish. Modi trying to claw him through, hoping he could hold on, but in the end, that support beam breaks.
That's a shame for Modi. 4 kills and you lose the game. So
Yeah.
unfortunate ending to that of Cash, but I wouldn't say it's a huge surprise given the way that mousesports have been playing us recently. And again, like we talked about this before the game, it's a map that Heroic don't play. So they picked it. They clearly had some kind of confidence, but it only goes so far when you're playing against such a stacked roster. Really good maps. Stiko, 18 kills. Sunny, 24 frags. Robson and Oscar both sitting on 19. I mean, like this is just a complete dominance from mousesports in that second half. Only, what, 2 rounds gained from Heroic CT side, and as you can see the highlights, both teams had their moments.
Yeah, there was a lot of highlight plays from either side. I mean, in terms of individual frags, there was barrels of impact frags tied to so many players, but mousesports were just a cut above the competition there, especially for Sunny. I mean, just popping off into that game, looking very effective. I feel like throughout this entire LAN so far, he's actually had one of the more consistent performances for mousesports. He's had tons of frags tied to him. Oscar as well, up to his old tricks with the AWP, coming in with those critical rounds where you need him to perform. But mousesports looking like a pretty well-oiled machine after they got over that initial hump in the first half.
Yeah, again, not scaring us as well, which is something nice to see from mousesports. This has happened not only in multiple tournaments, but here in Dallas as well, where they've had big leads up against NRG on this exact map, on Cash yesterday, where they had a 10-3 lead at one point, and it only just won 16-14. I cannot even explain how close that game felt. So mousesports taking this one with a significant lead. A 16-9 is a nice showing from Heroic, but they've got to fall back to Mirage, the pick of mousesports. And frankly, Jackie, I'm looking at this 2-0.
Yeah, I think this is going to go the way of 2-0 in this fashion. I mean, mousesports on Mirage, it's going to be definitely favoured to them. For Heroic as well, they're in their infancy in terms of the lineup. You wonder how much they've actually been able to get done on Mirage in terms of this squad. Obviously, for individual players, there's a lot they can do, but I don't know if for the actual team, Hugo, is going to come out like that.
Well, either way, I'm pretty impressed to see mousesports actually have a strong start to the day at least, because I want them to go deep in this tournament. Like they're one of the teams that I feel like could actually even take the victory here in Dallas, could even pick up the grand final, or at least be in the top 2. You know, we've got a couple of teams that, at least on that at the moment, right? FaZe, Astralis, Mouse, and of course, who am I missing? Na'Vi as well, who've been very good so far. But we're going to be seeing if mousesports can continue their dominance here in map number 2. We're heading to Mirage in just a minute, so join us after the break for that.
Incendiary out.